All right. Greetings. Welcome back to Blackbird News, where everything is connected. Trying to start on time to get today. Because I have a lot I want to cover. And just, I don't know. I feel a little frustrated with a video I just watched, but we'll talk about that. Anyways, thanks for being here. Thanks for showing up. We're going to do chat interaction at the end of the show. But in the meantime, chat amongst yourselves. I'll be answering questions and talking to people at the end of the show. So, just know that will be happening. Also, there is a Blackbear News chat on Telegram, t.me/BlackbearNews chat. Go there. I hope that you can find your way there. If you need any help getting on there, let me know. That will be that's the chat we're going to use. I can't monitor two chats, and I can't, I don't know. I just can't do it. So that's the chat. Please, if you're in that chat on Telegram, please be cool. Just be cool. Don't start arguing with everybody. All right. This just is a general announcement to people. And in these chats on this show, don't get in here and just start arguing with people. All right. We're adults. We're in the same community, right? We're here to converse, to take in information. Happy birthday, John Glad. It's your birthday, right? 69. Nice. I assume that's what you're talking about. Happy birthday. In the regular chats on the show and in the Telegram channel, please just be cool. Don't just, everybody's expressing themselves and sharing information, and it may not be information that you agree with or you like. Cool. State your case and then let it go. But just the arguments, I can't, that's not cool. That's just not an inviting atmosphere for people. Right. So state your case, say you disagree and move on, but just that, don't just end up just arguing up in the chats. Okay. Telegram channel is kind of cool. We all share information in there. You can go to, there's a link in the description box. Go there. If you want to share information with me, you can also go to my Twitter page, Blackbear News, the number 1, at Blackbear News, the number 1. What else? Yeah, if you want to contribute to the show, all the links are in the description box. Please use those links. Please do not contribute on the platforms, as they take all of the money, and then I never know when I'm going to get paid. It could be a month from now, or 2 months from now, or 3 months from now, or who knows when I'm going to get paid. So don't contribute on the platforms. Please use the direct donate links. That way I actually get the money, and somebody doesn't take a 30 or 40 or 50% cut of it when it gets to me. So you don't want that. I don't want that. Just use the links in the description box. Cool. Nice. All right. We're here. There's a lot to talk about. Uh, well, we'll start with this, and this is kind of in no duh news, no shit Sherlock news. In no shit Sherlock news, the mystery of the Siberian crater, the craters. Remember we talked. This is like from years ago. Um, Remember the story of these huge Siberian. What was the peninsula? Can't remember the name of it. I know it started with a Yamul. Uh, um, Yamal. I think that's it. The Yamal Peninsula. Uh, I can't seem to see any of my buttons. Here we go. Remember these were like a story a few years ago, many years ago now. It seems like, 4 years ago, this was a big thing, 4 or 5 years ago. These huge Siberian craters. And it's been solved. A study reveals the craters are caused by forceful methane gas releases from underground ponds as temperatures rise. Well, duh. I think everybody knew that. That's it. That's the headline. I mean, I don't know that I need to really like go into it. I mean, I guess I could. I guess I could, but that's what they found out. That's their solving of the mystery. But I think it was kind of obvious, these huge craters formed and people were like, I think it's methane. And then a lot of people were like, yeah, and then they had some other theories and stuff. But like, I think, the methane explosion theory is, pretty solid. Oh, this is from 2014. They're saying a mysterious crater suddenly appeared in the Yamal Peninsula. Could be weapons testing, could be aliens, could be I don't know. But methane explosion. Since then, they've discovered more craters. Blah blah blah. Anyways, again, no shit, Sherlock, right? Uh, I think we know this. But they solved it, guys. They've solved it. They've solved it. Scientists spent a long time pondering and scratching, and they solved kind of the obvious, obvious answer, I guess, to that. Until some other information comes in, then maybe we'll know more. Maybe we'll know more. More will be revealed, I guess, is how it goes. Um, um, Youch. Looks like that hurt. Okay. Um, you all know who Mia Khalifa is? I think I think many of you might know who she is. She's like a porn star. And she got a lot of attention after posting this video. And I'm going to play this video and I'm going to say no offense. This is not she's making a point here which is very harsh, but I think I've said something of the same kind of thing, like no offense to people who are joining the military, but can you stop joining the military? So, it's evil. I know that people are having a hard time getting out of, they join the military because it's going to change their lives and they're going to, you know, get free college but it's just like it's a big gamble, right? Um because you could be hurt, you could have your brain scrambled, you can really be, traumatized, you could maybe not get all the benefits that you are owed. Um and it seems like those benefits are getting harder to harder to acquire as time goes on. But this is, kind of a harsh statement by her, but it's drawing a lot of attention. Here we go.
Good morning to everybody who is not in the U.S. military. Good morning to everybody who is sitting at home and not on soil that doesn't belong to them, fighting a war for a country that doesn't care about them. I hope you go over there and get your little brain all scrambled up with PTSD and then come back here and see how much the United States cares about you, Pookie. See how much they care about you. Dang. When you come back with, oh, I'm so sad. I piss my pants every time I see a falafel stand in Manhattan. Let's see how much the VA cares about you. Let's see what they tell you to do with your little broken brain from going over to fight a war that's not yours. They're going to tell you to try breathing exercises because the U.S. government does not give a fuck about you once you cannot die for them. Once you're done, once you're a shell, they don't care about you. What did I say on Z-Way that one time? Yeah, I think that still stands as very accurate. Good morning to everybody who is not in the U.S. military. Good morning to everybody who is sitting at home and not.
That's harsh. It's a harsh statement, but it was a harsh statement. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, man. What the fuck? Hey. Oh, what the hell? What's happening here? Oh, hold on. Sorry. I'm having a freak out moment here. Excuse me. Okay, Jesus. I thought I lost my stream. I was like so afraid there for a second. I don't want to lose my stream. Okay. It's very easy to lose the stream here on Rumble. Okay, what I was saying was this is a very harsh statement from her about, but I mean, it's just, I don't know. I always encourage people to do anything but join the military. And I will tell you, I have plenty of veteran friends, and most of them, the vast majority of them would be like, yeah, that was a mistake. Vast majority of them got out. And did not have a great experience. So there's that. And what's the US military basically used for now is just, it's not protection. It's not, guarding our, way of life or what. It's just the muscle of the mafia that the US, imperialism and, and they don't care about you, and they don't, they're fighting you they're sending you out to fight wars for mostly territorial and economic reasons, and they're happy to send you to your end. But we're, obviously the reasons for most of these conflagrations are, illegitimate at best, if not downright just, nefarious plots to steal land and resources from people and use you as the muscle. So don't be that person. I hope I'm putting it in a nicer way than she did. I don't know if I am, but that got a lot of reactions. That got people were like, well, she was trending on X because of that. And to follow up that point, the US dollar isn't even backed by anything, that says some people. This is not Jerome Powell, and this is how we back the US dollar.
God bless America, and gentlemen, start your
Yeah, looks cool. Looks like a good time, huh, guys? So much fun. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be so awesome. No, so not awesome.
God bless our troops.
I have some friends
God bless
who,
America. And gentlemen,
have suffered some trauma. And a lot of my friends joined the military when I was young. It's unfortunate, that they chose that path. And I actually tried to tell most of them, don't do it. I tried to be a friend and be like, okay, if that's what you want to do. But I really tried to at least have one conversation with them. Don't do it. Just don't do that. Go to school, go to trade school, go to, what, I don't know. Go to a monastery, go to, co-op. Yeah. Go to college, go to community college, just do anything. Don't go in the military, for crying out loud. Don't do that. Don't do that to yourself, and don't be part of that. You're just, you're part of something kind of terrible, And if after all that, after I've said, after you've heard all that and you still want to go in the military just because you're like, nah, this is what I want to do. All right, well, good luck and I hope it works out. But, I don't know. At what point, at what point do you actually just, hold people accountable for shitty decisions, It's a little different, like back in Vietnam, right? And they ended the draft after Vietnam because it was so unpopular. And the war was so unpopular. And the way that they, one of the ways that they thought, like, well, okay, we don't want this kind of reaction from the general populace towards the military. We don't want this kind of hatred towards the military, so we'll make it all volunteer, right? We'll incentivize people to join the military. And that has mostly been successful, although that may end. They're talking about reinstating the draft soonish, which I really don't want them to do. And it's going to be extremely unpopular. Extremely unpopular. Let's see. You want to see some Israelis running and crying after they got ambushed at the Lebanese border? I do. This is what you get, suckers. Israeli forces sent running and crying after being ambushed at Lebanon's border. All right. Well, they're actually forced to be in the military, so I feel anguish over this because I don't know if maybe they want to be there, maybe they believe in what they're doing, but they're required to be there, and that sucks. But they're definitely doing evil. I want to see an Inglourious Bastards remake, but done in Israel. Ha! I know it's a little brain breaking when you think about it. right? But like we're, that movie just completely was like, yes, the Nazis are the most terrible thing that ever existed ever. And it was great to go in there. The freedom forces of the US went in there and cracked heads and took people out in the most, Inglorious Bastards 2 would never happen. Inglorious Bastards Israel would never happen because we are, we'll never stop being their friends, I guess, unless something really radically changed. Maybe it's Chinese soldiers instead of US soldiers. I don't know. Going in there and like cracking heads. Who knows? Anyways, that was just a thought experiment. Like, take that setting, take Inglorious Bastards and flip it and turn it into Israel and not Germany. And I bet a lot of people would have a hard time imagining that or contemplating that. But that's, these people are doing some pretty evil stuff. Anyways, we're live on Rockfin, Rumble, and on YouTube. You guys, if you wherever you're watching, thank you for being here. Please like and subscribe and share the show and all that kind of stuff. If you like the show, support the show and all that kind of good stuff. If you don't like what I'm saying or have issues with what I'm saying, that's all good too. I'm up for debates. Maybe some of you will disagree with that statement, but I'm up for debates, not just not arguments, drawn out arguments, and let's not be the fabled in life and in this show chats in this show and in life in general. Let's not be the fabled purity test, liberals eat themselves type people, right? Where people get so offended by one thing that you say or one stance that you take that they just can't possibly interact with you anymore, and they have to unfollow you or go away and never, let's not do all that. Okay, everybody is different. Okay, I'm actually, I've and I'm constantly coming to terms with that in my own life, and others and other spheres, right? Like, I see people plenty of times on my other social media platforms that are just say things that are completely, absolutely heinous to me. I rarely even argue with them. Mostly I go, okay, that's how you think. That doesn't mean I don't, I wouldn't, they're not my friends. Now I have lost a little bit of like respect, or maybe the shine has gone off the, how much I really think about them a little bit if they say really heinously stupid things. But, unless they're really like being obnoxious about it. And I just don't unfollow people unless they're just completely out of hand. But, but let's just try to use the maxim of, right. Everybody has got their own vision, viewpoint. If for the most part you agree with most of the things that are happening on the show and most of the community here, great. This is the place for you. Nobody's going to agree on every single issue. And if they don't, just let it be. It's okay. You don't have to end the relationship or end your involvement based on like one stance or one, just let it be. Actually, just let it be and take it in. This is just a suggestion on my part. Just take it in. Let it be and go like, hey, I really don't agree with that. That really sucks. But you never know, because they could change their minds eventually. Think of different ways that maybe you might be able to explain the issue instead of direct, internet combat. They could change your minds. You could change your mind. Things could change. So the thing about communities is not everybody agrees on every single freaking thing. And I saw somebody in the chat yesterday saying, like, somebody who's new on Rockfin, and welcome. I forget your name, but it was cool. It was cool that she was hanging out with us. But she said something to the effect of like, well, people let me down and I'm waiting. I'm not going to like the video unless I know that they're not going to say something that I disagree with or something like that, or I'm not going to be disappointed. And I was like, come on. Really? You need somebody to just say things that just line up with everything that you believe in? How often does that happen in life? Come on now. It's a little ridiculous. Just watch. I watch a bunch of shows and, mostly I agree with stuff. And some days I'm just like, shut the fuck up, and I turn it off or go to the next section or, mostly I like the show. But I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm out of here, man. You just said that one thing that I totally disagree with and I hate you. Like, you're just going to end up with like nobody, no friends, no people, nobody to watch. If you end up doing that, it'd be a very lonely world. Anyways, whatever. Damn it, Phantomas. Damn it. All right. What else is going on? I've showed you so many things already. That's cool because I can't really go over time today. So we can get into the chat section in a second. Man, yeah, I don't know I don't know. I know that there are very, very people are very adamant about their partisan takes. I get that people really believe that really believe that Trump is the devil, and so that it doesn't matter how insanely crappy Kamala is. We're going to go with her because that is truly the most evil thing you could possibly do is not vote for Kamala. I don't know. We're gonna watch this little CNN, but I'm telling you, I'm telling you, the more that I'm kind of just taking in the general vibe in Los Angeles about how people are feeling. And even on social media, I'm seeing things that are indicating to me not so much Trump love, because a big part of supporting Kamala is Trump hate, right? It's like the other side of the coin. Like, you can't, a lot, if you didn't have Trump hate there, it might be less convincing to love Kamala, right? It might be less convincing of an argument to be like, she's the best. She's, Have you guys been? Does anybody watch Candace Owens? I wasn't. I'm not really a huge Candace Owens person, but she's been doing a lot of stuff about Kamala's past and like Kamala presenting herself as black, which is. So the work is actually pretty insane. The information is very interesting. So I've been kind of keeping up with this thing that she's doing about Kamala's past and her presenting herself as black. And she said something that was very absolutely true, that a lot of people would have a hard time wrapping their heads around. But both Barack Obama and Kamala Harris are are doing blackface for black people. And if this offends you and you're black, I don't know. I've seen other black people say the same thing about Barack Obama, that he was white supremacy wearing blackface. And I was like, boom, true. Harder for me to say it. Doesn't make it less true. But when a black person said it on Twitter, I was like, boom, true. Like, yes. And a lot of people were like, yeah, that's what he is. His black scent is fucking fake. You know, when Obama, you know, hangs out with the homeboys and he starts, you know, what's up? Doing that is fake as fuck. And it's insulting. And that's what basically Candace Owens was like, both of these people are doing blackface and they're insulting as shit when they're doing that. Both of them are fake black people. And it sucks that people are so into, like, I have a friend that I haven't unfollowed, that I haven't gotten an argument with. I have a friend on Instagram who is a linguist, and whose whole she's done this whole thing on how Kamala Harris has had, you know, she's had difficulties and hurdles in life because she's black, and her how to understand her, the fact that her accent has been a hurdle for her to overcome in life, and that people hold things against her because I was like, ma'am, if you don't shut up, because you don't even know any. It's like she's so into this that she doesn't understand her whole premise is based on like a fake identity. And I'm like, you are so lost that I feel bad for you. But you know, she's into it, and she gets a lot of, you know, everybody that is her support, you know, supports her in this, and she's getting a lot of traction on this, and it's like a whole cottage industry for her, is explaining to you why Kamala Harris has her black accent has been a hurdle. And I'm like, okay. I just let it go on, but I'm like, okay, whatever. It's like, I have to hold back on trying to explain to her that like the whole premise of everything you're doing is based on like the biggest bunch of bullshit. And I feel bad that you're so into this, but you're so into this, I don't even want to begin to pop the bubble. And you're a nice person. I know you in person. I don't want to like get into it with you and like try to pop the bubble of the like the absolute like brainwashing that you're undergoing, but whatever. Anyways, she is fake as fuck. And it sucks that people are so, but the only thing, if you didn't have Trump is so evil on the other side of that fake as fuckness, it would be a lot harder to sell it. It would just be that much harder to sell it. It's way easier to sell it when it's like, but Trump is so evil, he is the devil. And oh, I'm going to show you this video that is actually frightening. It actually infuriating and frightening, but not this video, the next video. Antoine, I want to talk to you about this, but give me a few minutes, because I'll do some chatting in a few minutes, but I don't want to address it right this second. But like I get what you're saying. Where are we? Okay, let's play this. This is Professor Zenkus, pretty cool. If you follow Professor Zenkus, I'm sure many of you do. Kamala Harris's last-ditch appeal to swing state voters. Yes, I'm going to keep sending bombs to blow up your family members in Gaza and Lebanon, but I'm also going to maybe bring down the price of chicken. This is what you get when you don't have an actual primary.
What do you say to voters who are thinking about supporting a third-party candidate or staying on the couch, not voting at all because of this issue?
Listen, I am not going to deny the strong feelings that people have. I don't know that anyone who has seen the images who would not have strong feelings about what has happened, much less those who have relatives who have died and been killed. And I know people and have talked with people. So I appreciate that. But I also do know that for many people who care about this issue, they also care about bringing down the price of groceries.
What do you say to voters?
Yeah, maybe just don't worry about that issue, the bombing of people into smithereens, and just worry about the price of groceries. But I mean, if that's the issue that you're gonna rest on, right? Like, well, you know, I know the Israel thing's a little out of control, but how about groceries? What? You're gonna rest on that because that's probably the dumbest thing to rest on. If you think you're going to convince people that you are going to fix inflation, you, part of the administration that is currently crushing, people are being crushed economically. You are the administration that is doing this. You are doing this. You are part of the, like, that's the other, like, Jedi mind trick that they're trying to, that the Democrats are trying to, like, get over on people, is like, well, I know that everything really sucks right now, and I know that we're backing 2 wars that nobody really supports at all, and people are super pissed. They're super pissed that you're sending all this money to all these countries to fight these wars, and everybody's suffering this economic collapse, and you're the administration that's done that to us, and somehow, but if we elect you, you're gonna fix it. It is a terrible argument, and I'm sorry, nobody believes it. Nobody believes this. Nobody believes this. And for the people that are like, I got to go with Kamala because Trump is so Hitler. Okay, bless your heart. Bless you. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. I don't know. We'll see where we end up. I'm just telling you from what I'm getting from the overall, feeling I'm getting from people is like, basically, Kamala has like no support. And all the polls that are showing that it's neck and neck are super fake, not even relevant, not based on anything. Because in general, people are like, not her. No. It's not even about like F Trump. It's not even about like, yeah, I'm going with, but I am seeing in LA a ton of people. I'm seeing Trump stickers, like things that you would not see in like regular LA County, LA, LA proper, LA City, things that you would not see in general. Of course, there's a lot of Harris support because this is one of the bluest cities and one of the bluest states in the country. Of course, there's going to be a given amount of support. But I'm seeing like so much Trump support in there, mixed in there, that I'm like, oh, this is spelling something out for people. This is actually an indicator, and this is an indicator. If there's, and I'm just hearing people saying like, F that lady, I'm going to go, I got to go with Trump because I'm being crushed economically, and, maybe I don't really like the guy all that much, or whatever, or, whatever. It's just like the Trump hate has become a little more muted, and the dislike of Kamala is like it's pretty out there. And that's just what I'm seeing, I'm sorry to tell you that. This is not me going like, hey, go vote. I'm not going to vote for Trump. I'm not voting for Trump. I don't, but I'm just telling you what I'm seeing as an observer, as a citizen journalist, right? And hearing people saying like, I don't know. The vibe is that Trump is going to stomp, and I think that's the vibe. And like it or not, I'm not like yay, because I don't know what the hell is going to happen in another Trump administration. Probably the same shit. Probably the same stuff as last time, which is a whole bunch of like some bombing here, some fiddling here, some twisting of the knobs here, some this and that. It's like a lot of Trump hate from the liberal media. A lot of like, oh my God, look what he's doing. Ah. A lot of that. It's going to be the same thing. It's not going to be any different. That doesn't necessarily make me happy. That's not hope and change to me. That's not like structural change, deep structural change to me. And it's not even. I would even like to hear some semi tepid structural change. that would be like, whoa, but that's not going to happen under Trump. But the way things are going under this current administration, which, being a thinking person, you would go, well, she's going to pretty much do the same thing, carry on the same policies. That is what she is saying. She is saying those. That's not, the only difference that she's like, well, I'm a different person, but she's basically saying she's going to carry on the same policies. So that's not going to change. That's not going to change. What you're getting now is not going to change. So why would you? And people are so unhappy right now. Why would you vote for that? That's why she's done. She is cooked. She is going to lose, and probably she's going to get stomped. Like it's going to be, it's going to be a, landslide Trump victory, probably. So much so that, and people are really like, yeah, the other reason why I'm saying this is the public perception, and we are all a focus group, right? We're all here being monitored on social media. We're all being monitored, what we're saying and what we're thinking and what we're doing. We're a focus group. They're paying attention to what we're saying and doing and thinking because they want to know, they want to gauge like, well, how big of a lie do we need to, can we pull over on people, right? How far can we push people before they start pushing back? And the mood is right now, Trump is going to stomp, and don't try any bullshit, right? Don't try any election like, oh, there's some mail-in ballots, late mail-in ballots. I can't, like, that's the mood. And like Tucker Carlson just spoke at a big Trump thing and it just basically said exactly that. He's like, don't try it. He's going to win. Don't freaking try it. Like, you're going to try these things and you're going to try and like, make it seem like it's close or whatever. But like, they're not going to, the general mood of the country, I think, wouldn't allow, so they're trying to gauge like, oh, if we, did this or that, like what could be the outcome? Would people be like, oh, well, that's okay. Well, Harris is cool. Would people be like, oh, that's all right. Well, Trump lost. Well, is it that kind of mood, or is it like hell no? We're not gonna have this. Is that the mood? Which is the mood? People want to know. People want to know, and the people that are, the people that are surveilling, everyone talking about this on the internet, they want to know too. They want to know what's the mood. Like, how far can we push this? Check this out. Okay, this is the video that I'm gonna. This is the last thing I'm gonna play, and then we'll do a little chatty chat. Okay. This is wild because this is getting into the realm of like, okay, they really, really want you to believe that Trump is Hitler. They really want you to believe that Trump is Hitler. And granted, a lot of people, there are going to be a lot of people that are going to be like, oh my God, Trump really is Hitler, and okay, come on. Like, wake up a little bit. He's not Hitler. He's not great. That doesn't mean I, love Trump. He's not Hitler. He was already president for 4 years. Did he do Hitler shit? Not any more Hitler shit than Biden or Obama or Bush. Same shit. He did president stuff. Okay. Some stuff that you might disagree with, some stuff that you might agree with. He did president stuff. He didn't, which is, mostly fascist. But not Hitler. He was not like Hitler shit, right? So, but they're trying so hard. This is the line that is right. This is the dividing line. This is what makes you go, well, yeah, Kamala really sucks. And like, nobody likes Kamala. I really don't. This is the worst, but Trump is Hitler, right? Like, that's the last line. Come on now. If you are one of those people, will you please do me a favor and wake the fuck up and stop being such a dunce? Just stop being a dunce, okay? Just please. If I offended you, I'm sorry. Stop being a dunce, okay? It's not, but what I want you to realize, though, is we just covered the DOD approving military force against. That's pretty fascist. Approving military force against the citizenry, right? That's pretty fascist. But it's this regime, it's this administration. It's not Trump, it's Biden. But they're trying to, like, do you understand that they're trying to do this like mind game with people? Like, this is literally Kamala Harris projecting everything that the Biden administration is doing and preparing to do to people onto Trump. She is a full-on, I mean, they're all narcissists and they're all psychopaths, but she's a full-on psychopath narcissist trying to project what they are currently trying to engage in onto Trump. Okay, I'm gonna play you this. It's kind of, I don't know. It's really wild. This is very wild.
So yesterday we learned that Donald Trump's former chief of staff.
She's like, this is very serious. This is a really serious thing. So yesterday
we learned that Donald Trump's former chief of staff, John Kelly, a retired 4-star general, confirmed that while
they're literally saying this is the most fakest fake news shit ever, right? Because remember when they were trying to impeach Trump like 11,000 times, and they were like, oh, he was on a phone call to Zelensky and said, like, we're going to hold back some armament, literally did the thing that Biden bragged about. Like, now we have a 4-star general and he's saying that Trump said he wished he was like Hitler. This is like the dumbest shit fucking ever. My God. But also scary, because if they can create enough like agreement amongst themselves that this is a very serious situation and we must do right, they could actually generate some shit. They could actually generate like, well, he's a very bad man, and we've determined legally that he's a very bad man, and we're gonna, he can't be on the ballot or something, whatever, something. Anyways, let's listen.
Donald Trump was president, he said he wanted generals like Adolf Hitler had.
Oh my God! He said
Donald Trump said
like
that
Hitler,
because he does not want a military that is loyal to the United States Constitution. He wants a military that is loyal to him.
Oh my God, this is so serious. There's people all over Instagram and Facebook that are going to be like, did you hear? And I'm going to really do my best to hold back.
He wants a military who will be loyal to him personally. One that will obey his orders even when he tells them to break the law or abandon their oath to the Constitution of the United States. In just the past week, Donald Trump has repeatedly called his fellow Americans the enemy from within. and even said that he would use the United States military to go after Americans.
Okay. Hold on, lady. Hold on. Because there was just something that was passed by the DOD allowing for the use of force against citizens of the United States. Under your administration, you are part of the administration that's overseeing this. You know this is going on. They didn't like pass it without your approval or your knowing about it. So the latest DOD directive like allows for use of military force against citizens, but she's saying to you, watch out, Trump is going to wait, hold on. You guys approve that. You all approve that. Projection, big time. Big time.
Citizens. And let's be clear about who he considers to be the enemy from within. Anyone who refuses to bend a knee or dares to criticize him would qualify, in his mind, as the enemy within, like judges, like journalists, like nonpartisan election officials. It is deeply troubling and incredibly dangerous that Donald Trump would invoke Adolf Hitler.
But also understand that the powers that social media sites are censoring people for calling Kamala out for saying negative things about Kamala Harris and whatever, saying positive things about Trump or what I don't it's not as bad as it used to be, but like pretty bad. Right. They're actually actively censoring people who are calling out the stuff that's going on with, calling out the truth or what's happening. So they're currently engaged in this kind of like taking away of your rights. They're currently doing that. But hold on, but Trump, this is very dangerous because Trump is telling us he wants to be like Hitler. Come on, man. I don't know what they're trying to do here, because unless they really are trying to get people like up in arms or something, I don't really, because this is not going to work. Like, this is some bullshit. Like, how far are they going to take this? Because she seems this is very serious. This is very, very serious. This isn't a campaign ad. This isn't a campaign ad. This is them saying like, well, this is a very serious situation. We have a 4-star general that said he wants to be like Hitler. What are we going to do about it? Yeah, what are they going to do about it?
The man who is responsible for the deaths of 6 million Jews and hundreds of thousands of Americans. All of this is further evidence for the American people of who Donald Trump really is. This is a window into who Donald Trump really is, from the people who know him best, from the people who worked with him side by side in the Oval Office and in the Situation Room. And it is clear from John Kelly's words that Donald Trump is someone who, I quote, certainly falls into the general definition of fascist, who in fact vowed to be a dictator on day one and vowed to use the military as his personal militia.
So this is
to carry out his personal and political
vendettas. They're trying to generate something
Donald
here.
Trump is increasingly unhinged and unstable. And in a second term.
So what does this mean? Like, this is a brand new story that they are pumping out everywhere on the AP and right. It's all, this is today's CIA news run today, dropped at 4 a.m. this morning. AP News, Trump wanted generals like Hitler's and said Nazi leader did some, good things or whatever. The Independent, Trump lashes out at John Kelly over Hitler claims. Trump wanted Hitler's generals, says Euro News. Right. This is all from the last day. So that, it forces them to go like on the defense or defend themselves. This is actually freaking completely ridiculous. But I wonder how far they're going to try and take this. But it's not, I don't know if they're really trying to like derail him like 2 weeks away from the election. For one thing, like this feels like a last ditch. This is a last ditch. Propaganda piece to push out 2 weeks before the election. Guys, he said he liked Hitler's generals. Guys, do you need any more proof that he's Hitler? Like, it's dumb. It's not going to really work unless they try to turn it into something bigger, which I don't doubt that they might try. I don't know what you're going to, it's literally 2 weeks from what is it? How many weeks do we have the election? Yeah, like less than 2 weeks. This seems a little, if you're worried that that Hitler's on the ballot, it's kind of late. Trump is on. Okay. So I'm not going to play any more of this. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely like mind-blowingly stupid. But what are they going to try to do with this is the interesting, like, dude, are they going to like, well, we've got to do something right away because he said something about Hitler and, like, can they even, I don't even think they can, what can they do? What are they going to do? Do they have to, like, where there's been calls to suspend the election because of this claim of Hitler? We're going to have to impeach Trump a third time. He's not even in office. Like, it's insane. This is insane. This is freaking insane. And this makes me like, I don't know. I get to points where I hate the Democrats and I'm just like, I can't believe I couldn't hate the Democrats anymore. But this is like, again, another moment of like, I can't stand the Democrats. And I, it makes me livid with anger that they're trying to pull this fucking shit. Again, don't care about Trump. I don't give a shit. Not voting for him. Not looking forward to another 4 years of Trump because it's going to be the same old shit. Most likely. I would prefer that, somebody substantial be on the ballot, but we never get that. We never get that. But this is just low, they just keep getting lower and lower. The Democrats just get lower and lower. And like, I hope that they implode. I hope that Democrats generate so much hate that people are just like, I'm never gonna, we're never gonna support you guys again, like anywhere. I don't know, but and I call it, if you're like a super card carrying, like, happy to be Democrat person, I'm like, oh, can you please, like, just pay attention to anything, just a little something here and there, instead of just like looking at the news for 5 minutes a day and going, oh my God, did you hear what Trump did? Oh, well, we're definitely voting for Kamala. Well, but goodbye. Gonna go garden now. Could you please pay attention? Please. Just turn the CNN off, please. Please. Anyways, okay, I went longer than I thought I wanted to. So let's do a little bit of chat interaction for a few minutes, guys. I can't stay too long. I did want to, Antoine had a good comment back here, back. Oh, Rich Diana, thank you for the very generous tip on Rockfin. I appreciate you. Rich Diana with a fitty spot. Thank you. Appreciate it. Very generous. Right. Denver Attaway. Trump isn't part of the government at the moment, even though he's, meeting with Netanyahu and doing weird shit like that. I don't know. The DOD of Biden and Harris just effectively ended posse comitatus. Yeah. And that was a big story, like from a week ago. That was last week's big story. Or one of them, that the DOD sign this. Well, so another question. So we know that the way in which, there's a right, it's a ratchet effect. Everything goes to the right, and the Republicans and the Democrats just kind of pass off things to each other, right? Like the Democrats weren't really upset about reproductive rights, not at all. Biden has always been anti-abortion his whole career. Is it anyone, and they're like, oh, well, Trump, stacked the courts and made it all right leaning and stuff. But the Democrats all approved that. The Democrats approved all that, right? They were like, go ahead. Here you go. They didn't really stand up. They didn't really take a militant stand against that court's going right leaning, right? And then, when Roe versus Wade, got overturned, how much of a stink did they make over that? Oh, well, this is terrible. That was that. So this DOD directive is under Biden-Harris. They're doing the fascism, right? And, is that directive just going to pass off to Trump? Here you go, Trump. If he wins, here you go. Yes, it will. It will. Unless he ends it, unless he turns it around, unless he makes sure that something different happens. Oh, Rich Diana also said, just passing through like everything else. Thanks, man. Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, so the DOD did that under Biden-Harris, which is basically, and they're running a tabletop exercise during the election campaign. The Homeland Security is running a tabletop exercise. We talked about that yesterday. During the election campaign, don't expect any funny business, guys. Everything's going to be on the up and up. There won't be any weird things that happen on election day while they're running this exercise, because that never happens. Right. Oh, anyways, I wanted to, Antoine had a comment. He says, Kamala is fake, but she is black and has to deal with things that white people don't. Black people suffer from things white people do. Well, yeah, I know that, but that's why what I wanted to say was like, I'm aware of that, and and that's what the appeal. That's what Candace Owens is saying is kind of despicable about her blackface, is that she's appealing to black people on this level of I'm black and I'm struggles and I feel your pain, but she didn't feel any of that, right? She's not black, and she's just playing up her blackness in order to, right, get people on her side when she doesn't really have that experience. She didn't really have that experience. And that's what's, you have like my friend on Instagram who's doing this whole thing about, her language and suffering. And it's like, this is probably based on a big fat lie. And it really sucks because she's got you sucked into the whole thing. And it kind of makes you look foolish if you actually know what's going on, right? And so and nobody wants to look foolish, right? Nobody wants to believe that they're lied to. Same with Obama. Obama didn't have like a black experience, not on any level, not a black American experience, not a black, he didn't struggle at all. He went to a $30,000 a year, boarding school in Hawaii. He did not have a black experience. So, but it worked that time. It worked the first time. It worked like a charm, right? He got the black community on his side, and they would never let him fail at anything. They would never let him, be the villain that he actually was, because he got him on their side, and first black president and all that. And Kamala Harris is basically doing the same thing. I think it's a little threadbare at this point. I think way more people see through it than they want to see through it, but it's too late. I mean, it's really threadbare. It's worn. And now they're left with this 2 weeks before the election. Well, shit. we are sinking. We are tanking. Our campaign is collapsing. What do we do? Well, let's see. What could we do? We'll get a 4-star general to say that he wanted his generals to be like Hitler's generals, and that would make him like Hitler. We'll make it a big story, and then maybe we'll actually have to take some legal action. Maybe we'll have to suspend the elections because he said he was like Hitler. This is serious. This is really serious, right? That's what that's really what they're trying to do right now, because they are failing so hard. She knows, they know it's done. They're done. It's over. They are done. She knows. They all know. And this is their last, well, let's impeach him a third time, even when he's not in office. Let's get him. Let's go get him, boys. Let's, if we can generate enough, outrage among the people, then, we might have a mandate to do something about this, right? That's what they're trying to do. Ain't gonna work. Sorry. Everybody can see through this. This is fucking bullshit. This is fucking bullshit. So don't do it. Don't go down this road. Don't make it a bigger deal than you think it, than it is, which is not a big deal, because I don't think he ever said that. I doubt this is just a straight up lie. I'm sure it's a straight up lie. They just got this general to say that he liked Hitler's generals. Oh my God, that would do it. That's perfect. It's a lie. This is a fucking lie. And they're just going with it. They're just going to run with it. Hopefully not too hard, because it's going to get real messy if they do. Yikes. But that shit is, it was very infuriating to watch that. Extremely infuriating to watch this video. And also scary, because what is the end result of this absolute piece of garbage bullshit news story? What's the end result? Is it going to just go, are they just going to try it and push it out there and see, let's see how this goes? Is this an election campaign? Just another, how about Hitler? Maybe that'll win us the election. I don't know. Right? Is that what this is? Or are they going to keep going with this? I'm afraid that they might keep going with this. That makes me very scared. Because this is wild. Anyways. All right. You guys are great. Thanks for, yeah, I saw, yep. The tabletop exercise on election day, that also makes me feel afraid. For sure. All right, guys, I got to wrap it up. I will see you tomorrow at 11. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being here. Let me make sure I don't have anybody else to thank. Don't know. Don't think so. Yeah, get in the Telegram chat if y'all want to send me stuff, or send me stuff on Twitter. And I will see you all tomorrow. Hold on one second. Yeah. I'll see you all tomorrow at 11. If I can remember how to get out of here. Peace, y'all.